What's going on, YouTube? Culturedog Sam Hatch with another video. We're going to wrap up my VHS collection. And yeah, I know it's pretty tiny. It used to be sprawling and gigantic. And I finally pared things down. I still have a lot of stuff that I taped off of TV. That's pretty copious collection still. And I'm actually going through and transferring a lot of old stuff, like episodes of Night Flight from the USA Network back in the day, and even just cool old like MTV stuff, like episodes of 120 Minutes and Headbangers Ball, and when they had guest VJs and stuff. Transferring all that stuff to DVD, and it's taken quite some time. But this stuff is all the store-bought, the sell-through stuff. And we got to go with some more anime, though a little bit cheesily packaged, from Celebrities for Kids. Macron 1, Fighting for Truth and Justice. And it's Celebrity Home Video. Apparently it's their for kids line. I kept trying to figure out what Celebrities for Kids meant. Like I don't know, kind of state of celebrity is only for kids. I don't know. They also released this, a film that's awesome in its original incarnation. This is a little bit truncated, but it's an English rendition of Do You Believe in Love? Macross in Clash of the Bionoids. Again, shoutouts to Maison Otaku. Classic stuff. Very cool to have it on VHS, even if it's junky. Comes with a little fan club thing and a Super Salmon just for kids thing. Some proof of purchase seals or some sort of shenanigans in there. Classic. I haven't fired that up in a long time. This a friend of mine turned me on to kind of low budget futuristic flick you would see like late at night on Cinemax or something back in the day. Billy Zane and Daniel Trevante in Megaville. And who did this? Peter Leonard directed that. But interesting flick. I should see if that's on Laserdisc. That'd be a good one to have. Can I get it out? Do you want to see what the label looks like? I bet you do. I bet you're not going to. Maybe I can find that for you some other time. This is sadly my only Mystery Science Theater 3000 official tape. Poopy. Super excited that tomorrow, I believe, or is it today, the Miami Connection screening of Riff Tracks is going down. That's going to be awesome. But it's all outtakes and bloopers and stuff like that. So, Poopy. This, there is a Blu-ray, I believe. It's kind of expensive at times. It's a bit of guilty pleasure. Stuart Gordon directed. It's a Band Brothers release, Full Moon Entertainment. And I would like to get the Laserdisc. The Laserdisc has a pretty cool featurette at the end of it. But The Pit and the Pendulum with Lance Henriksen as Torquemada. And if you've ever heard the quote, "Liar, blasphemer," from the Ministry song Psalm 69, that comes from this flick. So, looking forward to getting that on Laserdisc in a decent copy. This, again, I have been looking for the Laserdisc for a while. It's usually around $20 online, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. And then now I hear there's a Blu-ray coming out, which will be amazing. It's from director Philip Ridley, who hasn't done a ton of things. Passion of Darkly Noon was another one, but this is a killer film with Viggo Mortensen called The Reflecting Skin. And it's great because it poses as a horror film. It talks about vampires and stuff like that, but the horrors are all the horrors of innocence and the loss thereof. And really, really amazing film. It gets compared to David Lynch a lot, but there's even more going on there than just that recommendation or correlation would have you believe. This thing weighs like nothing, so that means it's high quality. But I paid a ton of it. The video is practically low quality too. It's one of these weird things. Pyramid Film and Video put it together. It looks like something you'd buy from like a self-help group or something. But I spent like $45 on this sucker. It's only 9 minutes. It's from Claude Lelouch. It's called Rendezvous. It is one of the coolest car movies you've ever seen. There's some trickery apparently involved. It's ostensibly the director doing a one-take illegal drive terracing through Paris at dawn, and you'll find out why at the end of the video. There's a little bit of a twist there. And apparently it was really his Mercedes, and the audio doesn't match the audio of the car, perhaps, and he doesn't really going as fast as you think he is. but still, it's really crazy. I don't know if this is available on DVD yet in any fashion. Maybe as like a bonus on a Criterion disc or something. That would be awesome. This is a relatively new release for me to pick up on VHS. Got this in 2002, but I had to get it because of the medium. It made so much sense. The Ring. And I love the packaging on this sucker. It's got that, see-through kind of translucent action there. And, oh man. Cool flick. Gore Verbinski's remake actually knocked it out of the park, unbelievably. And it's cool to have The Ring on VHS. I also got a lot of cool Ring 2 promo VHS tapes that I got sent by the film company. And it all had like taped on like little photocopied like "Have you seen my friend?" or "My friend's gone missing," help pieces. And I was supposed to drop it around like random places on a campus so that people would find it. It was kind of like terrifying promotion. Somebody might have had a heart attack or something. This is man, I don't know what the status of this is on DVD or anything like that. I never thought I would get to see it. It was a project that I had heard was worked on. And Palladium Books eventually helped release it on videotape. They were known for role-playing games at the time. But one of the role-playing games that they had was Macross. Or Robotech, actually, which had the Macross saga within. And Carl Macek and Harmony Gold wanted to make a sequel to the Robotech series and created Robotech 2 The Sentinels. And I waited forever for this thing to come out. Packaging's a little... lackluster. It looks like a role-playing game. But it's interesting kind of top-loading, too. But it was pretty cool to finally have this. And it's a little sketchy at times, animation quality-wise. But and the music's not as cool as Robotech. But it was an interesting look in to see where they were going. Fascinating kind of story behind the production. There's a book, Robotech Art 3, that talks about it. And just how interesting it was to make a sequel to 3 separate Japanese anime shows and make it in Japan and have to keep it hidden from the public lest they think that there's an official sequel to Macross coming out. So, pretty cool. This is a film that George Romero did. It's not really that great, but I might have to watch it again sometime. Also known as Jack's Wife, Season of the Witch. And yes, it does feature the Donovan song, and it has the best piece of dialogue ever. It's just ballin', baby. Good stuff. Not really. It's okay. This is another one of Quentin Tarantino's Rolling Thunder Pictures releases. It was pretty cool. Like, he would pick out some film directors, etc., that he would help distribute in the theaters and then release eventually on video as well. I do have Chungking Express, too. I don't know where that is, but Beat Takeshi's Sonatine, really cool release. Very thoughtful, kind of languid Yakuza thriller. But its payoff is pretty intense. This is next rental, so I'd like to get this on laser or DVD. This is one of my favorite sketch comedy groups. I used to tape all their shows on MTV, and sadly, MTV's music videos helped them score a lot of their shows. And it was kind of sketchy, too, because bands would send the music videos to play the music videos, not to score episodes of The Real World. But for some reason, they were able to get away with it on air, but on video, not so much. So a lot of the state's classic bits have music, like from the Breeders or Enya, that they can't really put on video without licensing properly. This was the first, I think, state release, Skits and Stickers. And, yeah. I haven't watched this in a while. I'm wondering if it's all stuff that's available on the recently, well, within the past 5 years or so, DVD box. This actually don't need anymore because I just got the Shot Factory Blu-ray. Yay! Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, a film that surprised just about everybody because, you went into the theaters with relatively low expectations, and Ernest Dickerson whipped out this really cool, effective horror flick with Billy Zane and Jada Pinkett. So, like that one. This I have on DVD, and of course part of my John Cusack collection. But you can't have this movie without having it on VHS as well. Michael Nesmith presents Tapeheads, a film from Bill Fishman. And it's totally silly and cheesy, but features some interesting work from Devo in there, and Fishbone. as the band Ranch Bone. Yeah, good stuff. And the swanky modes. Gotta love the swanky modes. Another Anchor Bay snapper, or not snapper, but clamshell. The Witches widescreen presentation, too. Yeah, I gotta fire this up. Cool Hammer Collection booklet for official movie merchandise in there as well. And it's interesting how the Anchor Bay stuff just looked kind of photocopied. But love these cases. They're really, really nice. This just got reissued on Blu-ray recently, but it's nice to have the old Urban Vision release of Vampire Hunter D. Great box there. And yeah, I need to pick up the Blu-ray of this and Bloodlust for sure. This is probably the newest release I have on VHS. And it's VHS too. They actually came up with a nice combo pack with the film on DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS. And I mean, I love the faux grading and fading on there, and the fake, torn rental sticker on the back. Really cool idea, especially considering the subject matter of the film. The films themselves are interesting because they're all shot digitally, and there's no explanation made as to why they would be on VHS. Probably would have been more effective to have all the films shot on VHS and have the whole thing take place in the 80s, but I guess there's a supernatural element that transfers it all onto VHS. But don't ask too many questions. And this is the scariest film ever made. No, really. It's just a drama called Wonder Boys, picked up from a rental just to check it out for a couple bucks. So, what was it? Curtis Hanson did this, yeah. He of LA Confidential fame. And yeah, no, it's amazing. I don't have a copy of Titanic. Can you believe it? I'm lying. I've got a copy of Titanic, and not just that, the big collector's edition. Yeah. Special THX mastered. Doesn't hold a candle to the Laserdisc, of course. I did have a letterboxed version as well, but this is, I think, just pan and skin. Or Super 35, maybe transfer. It's got that little insert piece. Got a little sticker that was on the back, I think, originally to tell you about it. It's got a book. Funny, I have a much smaller version of the same picture book that came with a CD I'd gotten from Japan. And a faux film strip, which is, just not really part of the actual film itself when they would sell 35mm copies of stuff. And then the tapes are housed in there. Just your usual Titanic-looking stuff. But, yeah. Got it just for the fun of it. I think I picked it up at Barnes & Noble for like $5 or something ridiculous like that. So as far as I know, that's the end of the officially released VHS product. And like I said before, I've got a bunch of Hong Kong movies and bootlegs and gray market kind of stuff. If you really want to check that out, I can show it to you for sure. I wouldn't mind tripping through those piles. But thanks for hanging out, and we'll be back with some more videos in a moment or two. Cheers.